me up whenever you know shit getting old. Initiate a whole new baby on your dome. Whoa, whoa, I'm so bold. Nigga, I'm so bold. Yeah, nigga, I'm so cold. Hit me up whenever you know shit getting old. Initiate a whole new baby on your dome. Whoa, whoa, on your dome. Nigga, I'm so wise cause I got the wise dome. Giving birth to beautiful things on my dome. Could be 85, but your spirit never grown. Whoa, whoa, and I know from all the lies and the lies that you show, nigga, you was doing everything you was told. Never really had a damn mind of your own. Whoa, whoa, and the last thing you be seeing it, you express it out with me, creating my own shit, call that shit intelligent. Light is information, so I study that shit. From the spiritual to physical, I'm in that shit. That's why I don't fall in love, I stand in that shit. If you want me initiated, got me in that. Pioneer, alchemize that shit, yeah. Learn your numerology, learn your letterology, learn your spirituality, get into morality, study your astrology, study your biology, study your astronomy, study etymology, nurture your subconscious and finally learn about melody. These 11 studies in geology on 11 day. Practice what I preach, that's why I don't ever gotta hate. Welcome to my imagination, nigga, I got magic nations. Welcome to my imagination, shine. Welcome to my imagination, nigga, I got magic nations. Welcome to my imagination, shine. I'm so bold, nigga, I'm so bold, yeah, nigga, I'm so cold. Hit me up whenever you know shit get low. This shit a whole new baby on your dome. Whoa, whoa. Happy now, happy, happy, happy now, happy now. Okay, so this video or this live, so used to making videos, treat it like a video anyways. Ain't no different. So yeah, sun is gonna be dealing with the sun moon alignments. Okay, so as far as the transits, right? So with sun being in Aries, right? So we got sun in Aries in 2 degrees, and we have the moon in Gemini 19 degrees, right? So automatically, what do we know about a 60-degree angle? 60-degree angle is dealing with a sextile for opportunities, right? AKA opportunities. So in this case, sun being in Aries and moon being in Gemini, this would be the opportunity to either take action based on whatever is in your mind, or whatever has been in your mind these past couple days, or it could be the opportunity to go ahead and communicate about whatever you are taking action towards, like sort of like enlighten people on the actions you're gonna take this Aries season, or just sort of giving people a heads up. So with this being in a new year, or this the actual new year, right? Because the new year actually starts when we do the sun does a full circle around the zodiac wheel. So when it does a full 360, okay, and it returns back to Aries degrees first, 0 degrees in Aries, yeah. So when it goes to 0-degree Aries, that's when we're back in a new year, because it doesn't make sense to celebrate a new year when everything is dead during Capricorn season, right? So yeah, that's how we sort of make this come up with this it is the spring solstice, right? So
the spring equinox, my bad. Spring equinox. So um yeah, wherever you got sun or moon in your chart, this will dictate how you go about taking action, or having sort of learning about whatever you're about to take action into, you know. So for example, I got Gemini in my 11th house, so I'm utilizing the internet, or yeah, the web, so using an unconventional way on how to sort of like teach, or just whatever I'm taking action towards, because like Venus is also in Aries, right? So this is a love for philosophy, because that's in my ninth house, right? So, however, everybody plays these energies differently based on wherever these signs are in your house. So if you're watching this, and you feel free to drop wherever you got Venus or Gemini in, and I will be able to break that down if you want to. But other than that, I'm just gonna be breaking down these energies, so when we I don't think I've touched on Saturn being in Aries as well, so I think I did, but I'm gonna do it again. But when Saturn is in Aries, right, this is my generation, this is a generational planet, so from Saturn to Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto, okay? These are the generational planets, meaning that each generation share these planets in the same sign, right? So for example, if you have Saturn in Aries, you are part of my generation. Okay, so this is, Saturn going into Aries, this is like a Saturn return for all of us, so you're just turning 28, you know. So yeah, this is the beginning. Okay, so this is the start of the structure building, right? So building structure, or foundation to stand on in your reality, and discipline as well. So self-discipline. And after I say structure, foundation to stand on, the main thing that can give you all of that is self-discipline with this placement. If you're in my generation, all right. So in my generation with Saturn and Aries, we have to learn how to discipline ourselves. And I like to the higher octave of that, like what I like to say is be the disciple for the one within, right? So I am the disciple, a disciple for the one within, meaning that it's self-explanatory, right? So it's not only discipline, because discipline is like when you say discipline, it gives you that four energy of structure, system, routine, something to follow, right? But when you're, let's say, when you are, disciple, the disciple for the one within, this gives you that unique energy that's to you, because when I say disciple within, that is also meaning that I'm enlightened, or I-N, right? We'll start with an I-N. Enlightened, not enlightened. I am enlightened to a certain degree. That's great. It's good to be enlightened, but it's like when you're enlightened, this is more like being more secure, or knowing, your inner knowing, right? So that's having inner knowing, right? Enlightened is having external knowing of the external, right? So, you know, having that inner knowing, sort of like again, it's unique to everyone, right? So basically, this is where I can say, you don't know what I know, and I don't know what you know, right? So, and this is ultimately the whole, let's say the whole path to oneness, right? Finding out what each and every one, what every piece of the whole has to offer. right? And when we find out what every piece of the whole has to offer, then we can all come together and become one again, all one, right? Not alone, but all one. Okay? And that is the wholeness, right? That is the wholeness. So the whole goal is to be all one, right? And astrology can show you how to do this. It can show you your unique, whatever is unique about you, right? Because people are complaining about robots nowadays, right? They're complaining about clones. They're saying people are you know, not original, right? So what I do in my astrology is I am able to sort of like find what is unique about you, right? And sort of like help you move in power with that, and guide you to move in power with that. So yeah, authenticity is you know, what we should all be striving for, you know. So yeah, and so yeah, as I was saying, in Saturn, and then we got Mars and Pisces still. Um, that is that's squaring the moon. Okay, so Mars is squaring the moon in Gemini. Okay, so meaning that it's a 90-degree angle for learning obstacles or learning processes. So it's like the learning process in this situation will be learning how to let's say react and respond towards your passions. Okay, so you might get let's say minor frustrations, or yeah, it might be a little difficult to react and respond based off of your passions, because like with Moon being in Gemini and with Mars being in Pisces, this is like trying to communicate, like a dream or something like that. And when someone's trying to communicate a dream, it's not always detailed, right? It's not always right to the T. It's not always it's not they don't got they don't tell you every single thing they see in that dream. So it's just like you don't get the full thing. And when we talking about a dream, right? Someone's dream, right? We don't all share the same dreams, right? We might all, right? All our dreams are connected, but we don't all share the exact same dream. Meaning that, and your dreams are your, guides, your messages, right? In the subconscious realm. So in this for this waking realm, right? So whatever you get in your dreams and you sort of like decode that, it is supposed to be for this waking realm. It's all connected. So, and as I was saying, not everybody's dreams is the same, but it's all connected and it relates, right? So it's you know, it's like this is also what allows you to you know, gain clarity and what is right for you, So with Mars and Pisces, and Mars doesn't like to be in Pisces as well, meaning that when we want to take action, we might let's say feel first, right? Because like Mars, we got Sun in Aries, but when Mars get into Aries, this is that full let's say, what's the go ahead, right? The go ahead to really dive deep into, or not just dive deep, but take action into your passions and whatever you're passionate about, right? you know so yeah, but for right now, with Mars being in Pisces, you might not feel as if, you might feel like, you have passion for knowledge and wisdom right now, or just the ebb and flow, like the spirituality, you know, let's say more reserved. You say your drive is more reserved right now. But once it goes into Aries, a fire sign, you know, you will feel more the spark, the initial spark to want to really take action based on whatever you're passionate about, if you're not already. So, what is that? Um, so yeah, that's gonna be I'm gonna leave it right there. Um, Sun in Aries, 2 degree, Moon in Gemini, 19 degree. And this is ultimately, you know, the opportunities to communicate based on what you're taking action. And I'm gonna use this energy to basically say, keep a heads up, for my new album called Angeligy. It's gonna be dropping this Aries season. It's going to feature 11 songs. It's gonna have 11 songs. And yeah, if you want an astrology reading, book me. I'm on Stripe. I'm going to put the link. I think I'll put the link on my what's it called, on my bio, or on my profile. You know, so if you want, it can be anything, whatever. Just be specific about the question, what you want to know about your chart, and any clarity. And I only charge based off clarity, right? If you get the clarity, that's when you pay. You know, you don't pay before. Like you book it, and then, you know, I break it down based on the question you want, and if you get clarity, that's when you pay. You know, I don't do it for time, right? I go as long as I need to go until you get that clarity you are looking for. So yeah, uh, initiate signing now. Catch you next now.